Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet. Happy Monday. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera. I'm on my phone. I don't usually come on my phone, but for some reason my internet will not come on. And I sat there, I tried for about 20 good minutes, but it is not coming on, and which I'm not happy about because I would prefer to talk to you all on my laptop so then I can put my pictures and stuff up. But I didn't feel like waiting because I don't know how long it's going to take. I didn't rebooted the thing. Whatever. Hey, everybody, this is Geneva's Closet. How are you doing this fabulous Monday? Hey to all of my subscribers and closet seekers and ladies in blue. And who is the ladies in blue, you ask, just in case you didn't know. You're like, who the hell is the ladies in blue? Those is when I come live, my moderators that, because, they're women. And, when they come in, they always got this vibrant color of blue on that makes them look so beautiful. So I just call them ladies in blue. And hey, to all the people that'll be sitting there watching that won't say nothing. You won't say nothing in the comment section, say nothing when I go live. It's all right, people. You ain't got to say nothing because I sit back and watch sometimes too. But anywho, please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so. And yeah, I'm live, people. Hadn't planned on it, but I am. Hey, Charlene and C. Marsh and Althea and the self-made empath? Where you come from, empath? I don't remember you. And Darius, wait a minute. Davis, Dee Dee. Where Dee Dee come from? I don't remember. Some of these names looking just a tad bit new. Some of these Miss Gillespie, wait, is that a Miss Gillespie? Miss Gillespie, how you doing, girl? But anyway, so let's get into the news. So let me tell y'all something. Just because I didn't come on, that don't mean that I didn't see about Steve Harvey and his drama. I seen it. That's why y'all need to be following me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. So just in case you don't think I know, I already know because I done posted it over there, boo. But this is what I wanted to talk about because we already discussed before. We heard that Steve Harvey got let go. He was being let go of the Steve Harvey show and that Kelly Clarkson was going to be replacing him. Then we just heard, like 24 hours, not even a good 48 hours ago, that he was going to be let go from Big Shots. And that, with the McCartney lately, what's her name, Melissa McCarthy? I said, real bitch. They replacing him with these white women. Where they do that at? What's really going on? So I found this article because I felt that it probably had something to do with NBC. Because y'all, I don't know, for the people that's been here with me for a little bit, y'all remember that video that I made the ending part of last year where I was talking about Bill Cosby and NBC, and I went in there and kind of broke things down. It's like an hour and some video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go back and look at it. It's a 2-part video talking about Bill Cosby and NBC and the non-loyalty that NBC be having to their people. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the black people or everybody be feeling like once they get a little money and once these networks work with you, that you can do whatever. They totally got your back. Oh, no, baby. They got your back as long as you making them money. You do something they don't like, they ain't got your back no more. So I seen this article. It came from Variety.com. I don't know if anybody read it. May 10th, it says Steve Harvey daytime talk show to end after battle between NBC Universal and IMG. So now we're going to find out a little bit about why is Steve Harvey being let go from these shows? Because I see people saying that it have something to do with Margie, whatever her name is. It have something to do with Jimmy Townsend, Marjorie's ex-husband. But let's see what this article got to say. Sometimes it's a little bit deeper than that. It says Steve Harvey's syndicated daytime talk show Steve will end its run in June. That's going to be in June, people, momentarily. The writing was on the wall for the show last September year when NBC cut a deal with Kelly Clarkson for a talk variety hour to launch in the fall. The Kelly Clarkson show will move into the prime daytime slots occupied on NBC O&O's by Harvey show for the past 7 seasons. Steve taped his final episode on Thursday. Originals will air through June, and the show will remain on air in reruns through September. The demise... Don't y'all remember that thing where they had put the demise of Mary? Remember that whole thing with the hospital thing? They was trying to put in the hospital. They used the word demise. Anyway, the demise of Steve raises the question of whether Harvey's show was a casualty of animosity between NBC Universal and Endeavor's IMG original content over IMG's takeover of the show 2 seasons ago. Just chug a lug and listen a little bit, people. Harvey's entry into the daytime talk arena began in 2012 with the Steve Harvey Show, co-produced by Endemol, Endemol, whatever, by NBC Universal Television Domestic Television Distribution. The show was taped in Chicago. We know about that. We heard about that. And featured Harvey more in the Oprah Winfrey, Phil Donahue host mode. With his signature humor. The show was one of the few new entries in daytime to deliver solid, if not spectacular ratings. This season, it has averaged about 1.8 million viewers a week, putting it number 5 among syndicated talk shows behind Dr. Phil, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Live with Kelly and Ryan, and Maury. Thanks for the super chat, Madam Mwah, Mwah, Mwah. I appreciate it, love. After his initial, here we go with the T. After his initial 5-year deal with Endemol ended, Harvey in 2016 opted to cut a deal with IMG Original Content to produce a new version of the show, okay? Renamed Steve, that relocated to Los Angeles, starting with season 6 in fall 2017. So that's where the move came in, that people. That's why he moved from Chicago to Los Angeles. The new show put more emphasis on a celebrity guest and comedic segments. We said that too, because the show completely changed. It was like, not that I was a huge fan anyway, but you can tell that there was a difference. Put the 70. IMG offered Harvey a much larger ownership stake in the show, a higher salary, and more creative control over the production. The deal commanded attention in the industry because IMG is a corporate sibling of WME, which represents Harvey raising the specter of conflict of interest as IMG became Harvey's production partner. So there was a conflict of interest. So somebody got upset. NBC Universal executives were furious at losing their stake in Harvey's show after the transition to IMG, even though it remained the distributor of his show, Steve. The new version of the show also remained in this time slots on the NBC O&Os in crucial major markets, but it was no surprise when NBC moved to develop a high-profile new show to replace Steve. A rep for Endeavor, the corporate parent of IMG, declined to comment. A rep for Harvey could not immediately be reached for comment. A source close to the situation asserted that Harvey has no regrets about making the shift to IMG. Steve took a shot. The source said he still made more money than he would have under the old deal. An industry observer unconnected to the show noted that the tussle reflected the strain between talent with clout trying to exert more control. Let me say that again, because when I read this, because sometimes I read the articles with you all, but this time I read it by myself. And this one caught my attention when it said that. When it says the industry observer unconnected to the show noted that it was a tussle reflected the strain between talent with clout trying to exert more control. They ain't going. Them billionaires, them people in them high places, they don't give a damn black people about you thinking that you done became a celebrity and made you a few millions. They don't look at you nothing more than a talent with clout trying to exert more control that never in the yonder years is they finna give you. Never in the yonder years is you finna get. Because that's what Bill thought he was gonna get. Bill thought he was going to have some ownership in NBC. They didn't give a damn that Bill Cosby had been working with them ever since that Spash show, and he made them bukus of money with the Cosby Show and A Different World. He started overstepping his boundaries. Nigga, you ain't nothing more. And I say nigga because that's how they feel about it. Nigger, you ain't nothing more than talent with clout, trying to exert more control with help from non-traditional partners. Woo! They said non-traditional. Not even in their sector. It's the partners that you trying to bring with you, clout chasers. It says it's non-traditional partners, such as agencies, affiliated production entities, and private equity backers, and the renewed focus by the largest medias on owning the vast majority of content carried on their network. IMG spent the past few months looking for stations in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and other major markets to help Harvey own the air in syndication. Steve was also shopped to cable and digital buyers. The show has ramped up the production of digital content in recent months, and there's chatter that Harvey, when I read this, I was like, oh man, it made me think of, what is old boy that had that show on TV One? Roland Martin. It made me think of Roland Martin. When they canceled Roland Martin, what is Roland Martin doing now? On YouTube. He done brought his stuff on YouTube. Let me finish this. It says that Harvey has been considering, the money's considering that Harvey, the show ramped up. Harvey may establish a digital platform, possibly with Facebook, to showcase the kind of comedic and topical segments that have proven popular on the daytime show. Why would Steve Harvey, that's known to be on syndicated shows, on huge platforms, like an NBC, a CBS, a Fox, why would he move his stuff to FaceTime? Because the people is not allowing him to do what he wants to do. So he feel like that if he wants to do the things that he wants to do, he's gonna have to start and control his own stuff. And the only way to do that is how a lot of us people are doing it. Us small little baby people is bringing our shows on Facebook because we feel like we can have a little bit more leverage than YouTube or Instagram TV, like Roland Martin did. I don't know. That don't sound too good. Anyway, despite the demise, they don't use the word again, despite the demise of Steve Harvey will continue to be a regular presence on TV. He's the host of the syndicated game show Family Feud from Lionsgate, Denmark Mercury, and he is in demand for numerous specials, including the annual Miss Universe pageant. If he can learn to say who the real winner is, he'll end up messing that up. Anyway, and Fox's New Year Eve with Steve Harvey live from Times Square. And they roasted him like I don't know what when he did that. When he had that outfit on, when he had that polar bear outfit on with them earmuffs. I don't know, he had some white earmuffs. It just didn't look right, people. It had not looked right. They talked about him bad with that. So at this point in time, Steve can't even seem to do anything right. Now, let me tell y'all this. Now, there's another article I'm going to read, but you all read this article already. You all know about this article with, matter of fact, let me just read this first. The Melissa McCarthy's replaces Steve Harvey as Big Shot's host after his talk show was canceled. Steve Harvey won't be hosting the kids' talent show Little Big Shots when the series returns to NBC. Harvey, who is 62 years old, 62 years old. Did I not just Google search the other day what is retirement age? And they said somewhere between 62, 63, and 65 years old. And Steve Harvey had the audacity to sit up there and make that comment talking about rich people work and, they don't sleep. And nigga, based on my research, you've been working ever since your 30s. That's what it said. The Apollo thing, the Apollo, that was in the 30s. From 30s to 62, that's like 30 years. 30 years of no sleep. When I looked up, Google searched what was your net worth, it said 160 mil. Now, I'm assuming that if it's saying net worth, that means that you would have to sell all your properties and stuff to have that 160 mil. So I don't know how much you got in your bank account, but working 30 years of no sleep, you 62 years old, your thing saying 160 mil, nigga, you ain't tired, you ain't sleepy, you ain't about done, you don't need a rest. You still working at 62, and this is retirement age. And like I done said multiple times, people are in the real world are retiring on a whole less on pensions and social securities and 401ks and barely making it, but they tired. And this nigga sitting up here with 160 mil still working. Something is off with that. And I don't give a care what nobody say. Harvey, 62, who hosted the show for its first 3 seasons, will be replaced by Melissa McCarthy. Really, bitch? I mean, they booted the white man out and replaced him with they booted the black man out and replaced him with the white woman. Real quick. Melissa, just an incredible, this is what NBC chairman said. He said, Melissa's just an incredible performer and an incredible comedian. NBC co-chairman of entertainment, Paul Taligi, said in a statement. I want to do Paul, no Steve. Anyway, adding that the mother of 248 will bring a completely fresh perspective to it all. Yeah, that's basically it. It's saying they said Melissa's a strong creative force and with her own ideas. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, basically. It says the news may not have been surprising to Harvey himself, who had previously expressed uncertainty over whether he and the program would stay with the network when the current season ended. He said, who said this? He said this, somebody said, I thought I was until they made an announcement a couple of weeks ago that they wanted to give Kelly Clarkson the owned and operated NBC networks, and that's my slot, he said during an interview at Variety's Entertainment Summit in January. He went on to admit that he would have liked for NBC to reveal the news to him. Here go the drama. They didn't even tell him. They was already searching for people. When Steve did what he did with IMG, and they didn't appreciate that because that messed up their money, they ain't going. They had already started shopping for people and didn't even tell him. He found out like how the rest of us found out. Then he see the visitor instead of finding out in the press like everybody else. Woo-wee. Steve said, I am an honorable guy and I'm just an old school guy. And I just thought that you're supposed to talk to people and look, you've been good business for us. This is what we're thinking of doing. Are you okay with that? No, you don't. Just something in the paper and say, I'm going to make this move right here because it's crazy. He said, you look at the numbers on. You know what? I got something to say about that part right there. Just that part. Because I didn't read this full thing. But when I just read that, you know what that made me think of? When Steve was like, Dag, I'm old school. You think that they would have at least told me that's what I thought people do? Is that how you did your Chicago staff when you left Chicago? Because based on the articles we read, they didn't know. They was booted out of a job, had no idea that these things was happening. So did you let them know, Mr. Old School? Because based on you being old school, based on what you said about this situation, you should have handled that correctly. You know what that's called? That's called karma. You do unto others and others will do to you, and then you do it. Y'all know how the saying go. You already know. Stop playing games. That's all that was. Now I'm done reading this article. Now let me tell you this. So I had did a little research last night because I wanted, because Family Feud comes on. What channel Family Feud comes on? Family Feud comes on Fox. Let me see. I forgot. Do y'all remember? I'm gonna have to look it up. I cannot remember what channel, because Family Feud comes on something. Okay, Family Feud. Thank you, Attila. Thank you, Attila, if I'm saying that correctly. Okay. So, Shirley says CV, they all connected. So, Family Feud comes on Fox, and Apollo was coming on. What was Apollo coming on? I think Apollo was coming on ABC or CBS. Apollo channel. Apollo was coming on Fox too. Apollo was coming on Fox too. Guess what? Fox and NBC are intertwined. The guy who used to work at Fox, if I'm not mistaken, is the president over at NBC. What's that man, Rupert? Something Rupert. He is the president, CEO of either Fox or NBC. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you people is that Steve better tread lightly, because Family Feud may be next. And based on my research with Apollo ain't even coming back on. So I don't even know what's going on with Apollo. It may be coming back on, but there were people that was obviously researching Apollo just like I was to find out, is it coming back on? Because I guess they mentioned something about March of 2018. Well, it is May of 2019, and I ain't heard them say anything else about Apollo coming on, but it was supposed to be. So I don't know what's going on with that. If it might pop up sometime this year, because there's no news about it. And he better be careful with Family Feud, because they all work together. And that CV, that WB, all of that is intertwined. Based on my research, because they call it the four big major networks, or the four big major companies, network companies. And those companies are ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. And Fox is the last one to come out. Fox tried to say that they are a little bit different than NBC, ABC, and CBS, because Fox likes to say that they don't do game shows. They said Fox don't do, Fox said they don't do talk shows, and they don't do other things. So they want it to be a little bit different. But those are the four major ones, and they are all connected. So, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't, you know what I do want to say is that I don't wish bad on anybody. I really don't. So, considering the fact that Steve Harvey is 62 years old, because this is how it's supposed to be. In your younger years, you're supposed to be dealing with all the drama, because you're trying to get it together. You're trying to understand about life, people, your career. You're trying to get your relationships together. You're trying to raise your children, get them up to a certain point. So the beginning part of our lives, the younger years of our lives tend to be drama filled, because we're trying to get it together. But I would think that by the time you hit some 50s and most definitely 60s, 70s, that it would be all just a little bit better. But the fact that this man is 62 years old and sitting up here having his jobs literally being yanked from him, and based on what he said, he had no idea. He found out the same time he found out. Gots to be pretty damn messed up. And then all in the same breath of saying that, you got Margie sitting up here taking month-long trips around the world. She throwing parties, and for every day, she throwing a party today. She is. What? Madness Monday meals. Madness Monday meal. She's throwing a party today. She's going to have one next week. She's going to have one on Memorial Day, the 4th of July, the end of July, just to have one for July Day. She keeps spending that man money. And what is she doing to do anything to bring anything back in? Is she bringing anything in? I feel sorry for him. There's a tad bit of me that feels sorry for him, because I don't know was he going. Maybe I shouldn't, because maybe he did this to himself. Did he not do this to himself? He played his first wife, Marcia. Did I tell y'all that he owed Marcia, based on that paperwork that I seen? It says that based on his back child support and arrearage, he owed $29,000. Tell me how come it took him from 1990 something all the way up until 2013 to pay, or from the time they enforced that child support thing, to pay $29,000. Pretty much. And Marcia's sitting over there with three of your children. You couldn't have gave her, and you sitting up here doing Apollo, your comedy thing, making all this money. 2013 is when it said his child support ended because his children were grown and had graduated from high school or college or something. Mind you, he had already married Margie and bought Margie a house and so many other things, but Marcia is still sitting up there collecting back child support. You couldn't have took $10,000 and gave her 10 at one point, then came back if you didn't just want to give her the whole 29 and was done. Okay, I'm done with my child support. If my children need anything else, give me a ring a ding, let me know. My kids can call me, let me know. You couldn't have gave her 10, then a month or something later, if it took that long, give her another 10, and then go ahead and give her that other 9,000 or something be done. You really sat there and made payments. A rich millionaire that's sitting up here buying Margie mansions and stuff. Yeah, I don't even know. Just let the Most High deal with that whole thing. I'm not going to say if he deserve it or don't deserve it. I don't know, because I do my own messed up stuff. I can't really be sitting up here going too hard on people. You know what I mean? We ain't perfect. But yeah, the Most High would deal with him. But he got a whole lot of nerve talking about he should have let people know. I wonder how his Chicago staff felt about that. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. What is y'all sitting up here saying? But he taking care of Margie's kids and passing them and giving them his name. I didn't say it. Nika said it. It was Gillespie said it. Camille said, you know he listens to Marjorie. She was the one to tell him to meet with Trump, and that backfired on him, made him look like he looked silly. He looks, and I thought that she told him not to go do that, and he decided to do that anyway. And then when he did it and the whole drama happened, she was like, really, nigga? I told you to don't go see Trump. You wanted to go see him, and now they kicking you. Because what you expect black people to do? What you expect of us? Of course we going to have something to say about you going to see Trump. We going to call you a coon with the biggest C's and K's and O's all up in there. She told him not to go. Okay, right. That's what I thought. She told him not to go. He decided to go anyway, and then he made a booty out of himself. Pierre said Steve is getting what he deserves. He's been coming for a while. I don't feel bad for him. Yeah, I don't even know. So yeah, I don't even know what's gonna go on with that. And then that BET is so BET is so watered down now. I don't even watch BET. BET is owned by Viacom. Viacom ain't nothing but a bunch of white people at the end of the day. White people own BET. White people own everything. We own nothing, basically. And when black people with money, so-called, own something, how do they own it, black people? Come on. Because y'all are nothing but geniuses. I be reading y'all comments, whether I like the comments or make a comment, I be reading y'all comments. And I be like, these are nothing but geniuses. They got genius things to say. Y'all say things that sometimes I hadn't even thought of. And I be like, you know what? I hadn't even thought of that. He's a genius. She's a genius. Come on, chug a lug with me right quick. Black people, right quick. What do we do when what do our celebrities do when they so-called own things? They don't own anything. You damn near working under the white man. Like, what did Magic Johnson do? Did Magic Johnson go and make his own coffee shops? No, he put a stake in, did some stuff with Starbucks. That's Starbucks business. You're making Starbucks money. Really off of your name, because now since people know that you got something to do with it, black people running along like, oh my God, we're doing this for Magic. Magic don't own Starbucks. Magic put some money in. It's like a franchise thing. Whatever, nigga. What about the movie theaters? Did Magic start his own movie? So from the ground up, he built, no. It was under somebody else's stuff. He didn't really own it. They can boot him out at any time. Anytime. What about the Beats? The Beats, the head thing. Everybody kept thinking Dre didn't own no damn Beats. That was that Levine guy. Levine, whatever his name is. And he is the one who went and got Dre because he had enough sense to be like, you know what? Dre would be good with this because Dre made beats. Beats by Dre. Bam. They only used his name. Y'all should go and Google search that. Go Google search that. Look that up on Wikipedia about that Beats by Dre. Read the whole story and then you will see how much money Dre got out of that deal that everyone was like, oh my God, black people starting businesses. He ain't did nothing. He had not. Michael Jordan. Oh, don't get me started with Magic. Y'all better go Wikipedia that and read that. That's just basic. The basic research on Magic Jordan and his Jordans, you ain't even got to go hard. Just Wikipedia that. And you will see Michael Jordan. Jordan is owned by Nike. Michael Jordan don't even own that little thing with the ball in his hand. So at any time, Michael Jordan can be like, you know what, I'm done. I want to start and I'm sick of Jordan. He gonna be bootied out. They own that. They own the thing. They own everything. Did Michael Jordan, from ground up, go and start his own shoes and have them create the shoes and he picked the materials and what he? No, he didn't. He made them rich. Nike and them is rich. You should see where that logo, the Nike logo, comes from. This is old back in the day stuff these people done thought of. This ain't nothing new. Nike done made bukus of money because of Michael Jordan. We don't never really, I guess the ones of us is like a Nipsey Hussle. A Nipsey who actually goes out there and buys something and say, I am going to create this from the dust on. You know what I mean? From the dust up. Not go get the white man stuff and then put your name on it. And then because you're a celebrity, that helps them out even more. So I don't even know what was my whole purpose of bringing that up, but I don't even know. Basically, did y'all know that? You better go research it. If Nike doesn't own Jordan, Nike doesn't own Jordan what? Jordan shoes? Let me look that up right quick. Nike Jordans. Nike Jordans. Let me look that up on Wikipedia. I think I'm going to have to put Jordans. Let me see. Can I get Jordans on or I'm going to have to put Nike? Y'all know I'm going to look up everything. You can't say nothing too much because then I'm going to go look it up. Okay, there go Nike products. Nike, Apple. Nike teamed up with Apple. Air Max, 2000s, Walkman, MP3, Back to the Future. It says, does Nike own Jordans? I just kept it simple because I'm having a hard time. It says the easy answer is yes. Nike owns the Jordan brand. However, Michael Jordan clearly has a financial stake. Okay. In the brand and the business around his products and ownership of his personal brand. But does Michael Jordan own Jordans? No, Nike owns Jordans. That's why the Nike sign is on there. Nike owned, all them damn shoes. But so they own it. There was a guy. I mean, y'all want to know who made the Jordan thing? Y'all want to see who actually made that? Air Jordan is a brand of basketball shoes, athletic, casual, and style clothing produced by Nike. It was created, not started. It was created for former professional basketball player Michael Jordan. The shoes were designed for Nike by Peter Moore, Tinker Hatfield, and Bruce Kilgore. Do any of them sound black? Anyway. So yeah, there you go right there. Oh, there we go. Air Jordan Wikipedia. Bam, it's right there. It's right there. There you go. And yeah, that's basically how you do that. But yeah, people, anyway, that's basically what I want to come on here for. I don't want to be too long because there's something else I want to come back and do. I need to make sure that my laptop is running kind of, okay. so I can see if I can do that. But anyway, people, please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so. And you can find me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. Did you know that? You hadn't know that? You had forgot? You better go on over there. Geneva's Closet. Geneva's with 2 S's. Closet with 2 T's. 22 at gmail.com. You can email me if there's anything that you want to tell me. And prayers for you, Steve. Prayers that you are all right. Because it's going down a little bit in your life. Hopefully Marjorie is that she got your back, because that's the whole purpose of a husband and a wife, is when you fall short, they supposed to have your back. So how much do Marjorie really got your back? She got your cards? She got them credit cards? Or do she got your back? We'll find out, I guess, in the media. Bye, people.